There are two types of ventilation in the SAP calculation: controlled and uncontrolled ventilation. Controlled ventilation is deliberate and it's used to maintain air quality and remove moisture from the dwelling. This can either be done naturally or through using a mechanical system. Uncontrolled ventilation refers to air leakage through gaps in the building fabric. This is measured using an air leakage test, and the result is known as the building's air permeability. The lower the air permeability figure, the less warm air is lost from the dwelling and the more energy efficient it will be. Now, there is a clear link under the building regulations between your air permeability and the type of ventilation system that you're going to have to use. If your air permeability is below 5, then the amount of controlled ventilation required will increase to ensure the dwelling is going to be properly ventilated. Now, in some instances, this can be very difficult to achieve using trickle vents, and you may have to use a mechanical system. There are two options. The first one is to use a continuous extract system, which constantly removes air from the property, making sure it's appropriately ventilated. Secondly, you could use a whole house ventilation system, which supplies and extracts air at the same time, but also uses a heat recovery element to ensure that the system is energy efficient. Both continuous extract and whole house heat recovery can represent an improvement in the SAP calculation. However, this will be heavily dependent on the size and heat demand of the dwelling, along with the chosen make and model of the ventilation system. Some models are much more efficient than others, and as a general rule, the larger the property, the smaller the improvement the ventilation system will have on the SAP calculation. This is due to the fact that a larger ventilation system tends to use more electricity. Whichever solution you choose, it's important that you balance the requirements of Part L and Part F to not only provide a dwelling which is going to be energy efficient, but is also comfortable to live in and operate.